I try. So I work at Potty Barn Kids, so like product or service recalls would definitely affect us. An economic file for bankruptcy would definitely put us in trouble. But the main thing I thought would be our problem was transportation, like if gas and oil spills or stuff like that, because we have big trucks that carry all our furniture and items that arrive, and that affects like our inventory and us being able to sell our furniture and people being able to buy it, and even public perception of our company. I had a customer complaining about our customer service the other day, so I realized, and they stormed out of the store, so I realized real fast how that could affect us. So I guess we could be more prepared by having alternate ways of getting furniture to us. That's all I can think of.
That makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I've already been in crisis with my work.
Every day is a crisis.
Well, it's not even that, actually. Like when I started, so like I nanny 9 kids, right? And so all of them are not biological siblings. Like 6 and 6 are step siblings, and then like step siblings. And then the other 3, both of their parents passed away in a car accident in February.
Ooh.
So like together. So that was like a huge crisis. And like I was living in Tucson, because like I went to UVA for 3 years, whatever, and like I wanted to stay with my friends, like while I was doing ASU online. So like my boss now like texted me and was like, "Can you please come back?" And I think that was like the biggest crisis I've ever had, is like having to pick up my life and move,
Right.
and like dealing with kids in crisis while I was in crisis was like the most crisis I think I'll ever have to be in my life. I hope I never have to experience that ever again. And so I think that was like the biggest crisis, like as a leader, I ever will hope. I swear, I hope that is the worst thing I'll ever have to encounter, because it's horrible. But you really have to like I had to step up as a person and as a leader, and like make a good example, and like my emotions had to be a leader, like there were so many like different things, so many different aspects that I had to be a leader in. So oh no, that's my big crisis. That already happened.
No, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it was pretty huge.
I don't know that I've ever had to deal with a big crisis, but I think I'm in the same situation as Taylor, and John's probably the same way, like if something were to happen to one of your food trucks or something and you guys don't get product, it's a big issue. But
Yeah.
I think the industry that we're all in, like with receiving product, there's not really a better way to do it than what's already going on, so I guess I just count myself lucky that we don't have to worry about thunderstorm or like snowstorms and tornadoes, that our products aren't going to get to us.
And
I don't know. I think probably the biggest things I have to deal with are probably human resource problems. Like I've seen like workplace violence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like customers like going crazy in the store. And, like we had this one guy, he had to like stop the customer from like attacking other people, and
Oh my gosh.
this crazy situation. Yeah, like you don't even like we have like protocols like, oh, there's an emergency, meet across the street. We have things like that, but there's like certain things that happen that you can't really completely prepare for.
Yeah.
They're just so crazy, And I think like some of the things that you can kind of like think about, like what if someone says, my coworker is sexually harassing me. You want to like kind of, there's certain things you have to do and act on right away in that kind of crisis situation.
Right.
But other things are like, I don't know, you don't really know how to handle it until it happens, I guess.
yeah, like I guess there's only like so much crisis you can prepare for, like
Right.
I think my situation in crisis, I would have never prepared for that, like you're not sitting around waiting for bad things to happen, like that's not, like
No.
that's not what people hope for. So yeah, and like you said, John, like you don't wait, like you don't sit around and wait for those types of things to happen in your workplace, but at the same time, like companies do have to have plans and like a setup if things like that do happen. Like I think I guess you do kind of have to. There's only
like
so many types of crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that stuff you can't even prepare for.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. Like, but when you said workplace violence, I used to manage at Buffalo Wild Wings, which is a sports bar. Hey, calm down. And you know, it's playoffs and NBA. Hold on a second. I can read to you later. Thank you. But we would have bar fights and stuff where, you know, we had a guy throw a beer glass at somebody and it shattered, and we had to call cops, and people were bleeding, and
Oh yeah.
you know, that's not stuff you prepare for, but you're like, you know, it happens, and you go into crisis mode. And
You kind of
just
learn
handle
how to
it.
manage the crisis as it
Yeah.
comes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll call around and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. So your job at least, yeah. It's crazy.
I don't miss working in a sports bar at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I had guys. I had a guy that like collapsed in line one time. Like he was like this older gentleman, and he fell down and hit his
gosh.
head, and like was bleeding everywhere, and like people were freaking out. Like it was the craziest thing ever. Like, luckily we had a guy that was like a CPR trained, so he kind of was prepared for it. But everyone else was like, what do we do? Like,
Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean-
minute out.
yeah, no
You're
worries.
good. I mean, I think this topic's pretty simple. We've kind of like
Yeah.
already hit
About all we can discuss, especially with so many atmosphere. Oh, Leo.
He's like freaking.
Anyway, I'll
I can't
upload
see.
this and post it in tonight and submit it.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
And then I'll submit the project tonight too once it's all done.
Yay!
Yay, and then we're
perfect.
done.
Yes, Taylor, I'll have it
Yeah.
to you in like the next hour. I'll text you when I'm ready. When I'm done.
Okay. No worries.
Hey group, thanks so
Okay.
much for everything.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone. See you later.
All right.
We've had
bye,
a great
guys.
group.
Yeah.